Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do another colorful look using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. This is my Coronacation. I am off work for the next 2 weeks, so I decided to heavily focus on my YouTube channel, and I want to post as often as I can during this time off because I have no excuse not to. Anyway, so this is another super colorful look. It's very sunrise, sunset-esque, and it's a lot of steps, y'all. But if you want to jump in there, come play with me, keep watching, okay? Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and quit panic buying the toilet paper, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the video. So I'm starting out with the shade Perfectionist. I've already primed my eyes using MAC's Prolonged Wear Concealer. Dang it, I forgot to tape off my eyes again. This is why I forget to tape off my eyes, because I hardly ever do it. But the looks that I've been doing with this palette have been so dramatic. I feel like they need to be taped off. It's fine. I'll lay it down after I run this transition shade. And that is from the outer corner, lined up with where that brow ends, all the way to the inner corner. Next, I'm going to use the shade Positivity. But I'm starting at that tape and I'm bringing it about to where the iris ends. Not quite to where the brow starts. I don't want it that far over. About 2/3 of the way. And on this outer corner, I'm tapping and doing circles, so it's a little more buffed out. But then as it gets closer to the inner, I'm just doing the windshield wipers, so it stays more concentrated in the crease. I don't want it buffed out as far as that first shade. Next, I'm going in with this beautiful yellow shade called No Joke. This is one of the shades that I'm most excited about in this palette. MAC makes a shade called Chrome Yellow, and it is one of my favorite MAC shadows. One of my all-time favorite shadows, period. Brand aside. So I have high expectations for this shadow. I am starting on the inner corner where I did not take that orange shade. So right here, and I'm going to bring it over to where that orange shade ends. It's not exactly orange, it's coral. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I'm not even having to work it. It's not patchy, but it's super vibrant. Oh, she did a good job with this. I approve. I am wrapping that around the inner corner and bringing it down onto the inner part of that lower lash line too. Next, I'm going to mix the shades Positivity and this shade Feeling Myself. I'm using the same brush. I'm pressing right on top where that yellow meets the bare lead. Next, I'm going to take the shade My Man on that same flat brush. I'm barely going to press that into the center of the lid where that last shade ended and bare lid starts. see, we're building that gradient, but I'm never bringing it above the crease. I'm only bringing it to where that crease shade starts. Next, I'm going to use the shade Heart on. I'm using the same flat shader brush. Going barely where that bare lid starts and the last shade ended. Next, I'm going to use the shade Dance Party. Next, I'm going to use the shade Stay True on that same brush. On that very outer corner. Now, I want a little more oomph to this, so I'm going to extend it past the lid and with this shade, Not My Journey. I'm still using that same shader brush. I'm going to use this shade, Temptress, on that second blending brush. And I just want to deepen that purple ever so slightly where it meets the tape. And that's why I'm using a fluffy brush. Let's go ahead and add liner. Once I did my liner, I went ahead and removed the tape, and because this is a pretty heavy eye, I went ahead and did a pretty dramatic wing. I'm going to use a pencil brush, and I'm just going to mirror on the bottom what I have on the top. So I'm doing the exact same colors. I already have that yellow. Next, I'm going to mix these two shades, the Positivity and Feeling Myself. I'm going to mix those and blend them into the yellow. Next, I'm going to use the tiniest amount of the shade My Man. Like I said in my last video, a little of this shade goes a very long way. Next, I'm using the shade Heart on. Next, I'll use the shade Dance Party. Stay True. And that should meet up in that outer corner with Not My Journey. Going to highlight my brow with the shade Certified. I like to start in the middle of my brow because that's where I want the highlight to be the strongest. And wherever you start is where your highlight will be the strongest. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and we'll move on to the rest of the face. Okay, to prime my face, I'm going to use e.l.f.'s Luminous Putty Primer. I have really been loving this primer. I will say that it takes a little more than most primers that I use. I have to use a little more product. That's fine. It also takes a little longer to apply because, as with any primer that's good for texture, you want to make sure that you're really pressing it into your skin instead of just rubbing it on top. I'm still using MAC Studio Fix foundation and a wet beauty sponge to apply it. This one's from e.l.f. It's actually my favorite so far, and I think it's because I got the body sponge. Maybe it's not a body sponge, but there's something different about this one. It's the pink one. It's the only pink one. I don't normally cream contour, but apparently you're not a YouTuber if you don't. So let's break out the Anastasia cream contour kit. I'm just going to use my same beauty sponge to highlight and contour with. Okay, and I literally smooshed all three of the top together to get that sheer highlight shade. For the bottom, I stick between these two shades. I love how cool tone this contour is though. I'll set all of that using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. So I'm using MAC Studio Sculpt Bronzer in the shade Delphic. I love this bronzer because it's so warm. I really want to keep the cheek nice and bronzy, so I'm going to use this one called Sweet as Cocoa. I know it's been discontinued but just recently, and I really debated on using this, but I also know it's one that a lot of people already have. Like, it was a really popular one for a long time, so I went ahead and decided to use it. But I've been really conscientious about not using discontinued products recently. Am I gonna highlight? Yes. Okay. From the Anastasia Sun Dip Glow Kit, I am going to smoosh a little of these two, Moonstone and Summer. For lashes, I'm using House of Lashes Iconic. I'm using that with House of Lashes eyelash adhesive. Okay, now that I have my lashes on, I love them so much. I have already primed my lips using MAC's Prep and Prime Lip Primer. Okay, this is MAC's Foil Lip Pencil. I swear to God I own other lip pencils. This is just the only one I seem to be able to use recently. I'm going to fill all the way in with that because this is going to be the main color on my lips, and it's not a lot. I'm using Fenty's Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Gotta get Grammy with it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I really like this look. Again, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys again soon. I'm about to go film a current favorites video, so you're gonna see this look for an entire video. Bye. Because it's hard to get my angles even because I have chronic head tilt. Look it. Oh shit. Y'all. My heart is in my stomach right now because when I picked this up, this thread was hanging off the back and I thought I picked up an effing spider on the back of my kit. Alright. I'm leaving that in there. I don't care. I don't care how stupid it looks. That's funny. Teeny. There's one teeny tiny flake, and if I try to get it, I'm going to screw up everything. Let's go for it. Look. Oh my god. I'm dog sitting and my mom's dog is making the funniest noises. Peaches, I'm filming. Can we stop? Thank you.